Hello, mtg City here. Wutgei wanted to show you this match I have. It's the first time I'm recording, so let's see how this goes. This opponent is very interesting, so we'll play. I will turn on the chat to see the amount of shit she told. I mean, who knows. So I'm playing my UB Cycler. And at first I have no idea what he's playing. Oh, Nisa, that's pretty old school. Right here we see channel initiate, so probably some sort of ramp deck, I thought. Well, I mean, I'd keep sensor open. So now you see he's already typing nonsense into the chat. So I'm like, what's up, buddy? Well, let's continue playing. There was nothing to censor, so I thought I'd just cycle for more lands, because as you can see, I'm a bit mana screwed here. Quite desperate. So now he's like, everybody deck like this today, hit of the week, ... God knows what he's trying to say. Now he's going to play a 4-drop, and there we go. So we can assume it's some sort of 4-5 color Planeswalker deck. So we're in quite a bit of a jam here. As you can see, Ruthless Sniper is not going to do much. In my hand, it's just full of crap. Place Sorin, and I'm glad I had Censor. But there's no way that I could have kept Nahiri in check. At this point, I thought about using Consign to bounce his Nahiri, but then at this point I didn't know what kind of deck he was playing. If he played one Ulamog as a finisher, I thought I would rather bounce Ulamog and he would have no way of casting it. But seeing that, well, I mean, I haven't deduced what he wanted to do yet, because it's the first time playing against him, the first game. So I just kind of let it run. At this point, I thought I have lost the game, because I have no way to interact with those Planeswalkers, and anytime I tap a creature to attack, Nahiri would just remove it. So yeah, so you can see here, this must be some new Foucault shit. Foucault? Like the philosopher? I'm not sure. Anyway, so at this point I'm basically trying to see more of his deck and see what kind of stuff he plays and see if I could maybe sideboard something better. I'm 100% certain he does not have any other creatures that he plays, and because Nahiri is not being ultimated. And at this point, he casts Deploy the Gatewatch, and just for fun, I thought I'd counter it, even though I'm super behind board state. So the combo between Nahiri and Authority of the Council is pretty good, so he could just destroy anything he wants. But as I think at this point there is just no way for me to win, and he's giving me the Z. I thought I'd annoy him. He seems like a prick. But here, I have conceded because I'm already 3 minutes behind his time. So I thought I'd better get on to sideboarding if I ever wanted to win this match. So let me close this, and we'll look at game 2. Alright, here we go. Let's play, and let's turn on the chat. So I sideboarded in, was pretty obvious, was Lay Bare the Heart and Negate. And I thought I'd just ask if he's alright, if maybe he's having a seizure while playing Magic because of all those random keyboard typing. So right now I do Lay Bare the Heart, and as you can see, his hand was quite garbage. I took out Gideon, and he basically has no more plays. Even if he had Planeswalker, I could still censor it. And to add insult to injury, I thought I'd just take out his only outs as well. Seeing that I had more censors than I needed, I decided to cycle a few so I can find a threat. I do admit, I do play a bit slow, well, but because this deck has so many triggers, I just don't want to misclick. Now as you can see, I cycled it in a negate, so even if he has any Planeswalker, it would just eat a negate. Oh, sorry, that went way too fast. I found my second Laidbear the Heart, and I took out a Jace. I am not sure why he didn't cast the Jace the turn before. Maybe he was waiting. I don't know what he was waiting for, but maybe he was afraid of a censor, or yes, I think he was afraid of a censor, but it did not matter. Even if he had an extra mana, I still had negate. So let's continue this game. So another traverse, knowing that he really sure he has sideboarded Fragmentize against me, so probably for my Drake Havens, which I did not see. So if you don't see opponents playing it, sideboarding as a preempt seems bad sometimes. I guess it could hit Hollow One and Drake Haven and Faith of the Devoted, but if you don't see it, then sideboarding in just means you have a dead card for the rest of the game. So, well, it's also why you home / jank brew so your opponents don't know what you play. Anyway, let's continue. So he's almost dead at this point. I'm not sure if he conceded. Oh, he conceded. So let's go to the great game 3, which is a doozy. What is this? Game 3. Here we go. Alright, gotta turn on the chat. So, oopsie daisy. Oh, you gotta see this. Boom, boom, time. I blind draw, I still kill you. Easy, good. Getting desperate now. I'm not sure why they don't show up when I play the stuff, so just ignore him. He is pretty crazy. Maybe he's justifying and bluffing, playing a really bad deck to try to psych me out, but it really does not matter. It really amuses me. So as you can see, my hand is quite dead. I thought I might have lost it this turn, but luckily I cycled into my homeboy Vile Manifestation. So at this point, I chose to cast Curator of Mysteries, as you will see in a second, is because if he does play a Planeswalker next turn, at least I can have 2 creatures that could attack the Planeswalker. There's no point in just having one Vial and with the channel as a blocker, and he plays 2nd or 3rd Planeswalker, it would soon get out of hand. So I play a Curator of Mysteries. Yep. So I think at this point that's when he says I think I'm getting desperate. Mwahahaha. Yuwazi. So yeah, so he is behind a land and he casts Chandra. At this point I am not sure why he shoots down my Vial. I guess it doesn't matter. But the Curator does have flag. It means that I could attack his Planeswalker without blocks. So again, keeping up to my plan, I'm just playing, well, my hand doesn't really give me much option, but I thought I'd play the Archfiend because since it's a green-white base deck, he does not have heart removals other than playing the Planeswalkers. So keeping my board with flying threats is a good way to keep up. So there we go. My opponent is still without a land, and at this point I Laidbear the Heart him, and we see this. So he is 1 mana away from getting a Fumigate. I thought about Laidbearing something else, but he is still quite a lot of mana away from these 6 drops, and Fumigate is the only thing, despite having 2 copies, is the only thing that can threaten me in this game. So I thought at least I'd take out 1 Fumigate. Hopefully I could draw a counter spell or another Lay Bare the Heart and see if I could remove the other. So that was what I was thinking. Let's continue playing. Oh, and at this point he thought I left 3 mana open, I must have a counter spell. So it does not really matter, because it seems after I've searched this, I'll attack him. He instead plays Tamiyo, so this is where he goes, so Vordios, 3 mana counter, star this. So once he played that, I don't have a counter spell. I thought I'd freak him out, just cycle Desert of the Mindful while he's casting the spell. So there we go. So Tamiyo is quite useless with an empty board. So he basically is, how he uses it is just basically tapping 2 creatures. At this point, I thought about casting the Curator, but I chose not to because I still know that he has a Fumigate in hand. So I cycled a few things, took out the Channel Initiate, so now he at least has to take 2 more turns before he can Fumigate my board. There's no reason for you to keep on placing threats knowing that he has a board wipe. At least you can save them in your hand. So in case, well, so there you go, find the land, and he uses Tamiyo to tap down my guys again. So I cycle just to see if I can get more things. So this is the reason why I love this deck. As you can tell, I have drew at least 10 more cards than he has throughout the whole game. That has dug me through all these stuff and cycled through all these guys, not only getting Scribe, but I'm also drawing cards. So I've dug out my, is it my second? There we go, my second Lay Bare the Heart, and I can remove his Fumigate. Looking at his hand, it was utter shit, and he has no mana to do whatsoever because his deck is not only jank, but even if he wanted to play it normally, everything is at least 4 CMC or high, except the new Gideon. So knowing that none of my threat, he has no threat at all, I decided to play all my threats. Even if he drew into Fumigate, he would need it under the land, so it's either land or Fumigate, and I'm not scared of what he cast. So I play all my creatures just with a win, and this is when I go into the red, but it does not matter. Despite his cynical craziness, I still win. So it's a good win when you're playing against a weirdo. Maybe he's just really high. So well, until next time, this is MTG Bruce City, brewing shit jank crap. Wutgei signing out.